Never expected to learn so many different interesting things about the way a lot of musicians' creative minds work.
I'm seeing things that aren't real. I'm seeing things I shouldn't see. I'm dreaming things I've never seen.
You're beginning to think in images, concrete images. Hot, cold, light, dark, food, hunger, pain. I think as I always did. Words are becoming meaningless to me.
Hey guys, hey internet, and welcome to BAM! Vinyl and Music News, where we talk about vinyl, music, and sometimes music news. So tonight I wanted to talk about audiobooks. I think we touched on that maybe one or two videos back, where we were talking about all these really cool creative books that we had recently discovered and we started to listen to, such as the Patti Smith book, Just Kids, Dessa, With My Own Devices. There have been a few books out there. So far, I've been really captivated by the Questlove book, Creative Quest. It's basically Quest talking about all the different creative people that he's encountered in his life, whether we're talking artists, musicians, politicians, business people, chefs, all these creative people that he's encountered over the years, whether it's through the Jimmy Fallon show or just people that he's, just met out of the blue. And I think it's interesting because he's bringing together all of these different thoughts from different creative people, and I never expected to learn so many different interesting things about the way a lot of musicians' creative minds work. And it's very relatable, especially if you're a creative that delves into various hobbies, such as myself. But it was one of those things that was kind of reassuring, but it was almost as Quest acts kind of like a scientist in a little bit of a way, dissecting creativity and what he's seen over the years and what he's observed in other creative people, from Prince to a lot of to talking about his father, to Berry Gordy, to Seth Rogen, to Matty Mathewson, I want to say is the guy's name, if I'm not mistaken. I'm still not done with the book, but it's one of those books that's kind of blown my mind in basically kind of delving into different things in pop culture and talking about how people have gone through their creative processes and how they work as a creative and how you should honestly be as a creative. But it's kind of not even a self-help book, but more of a loose suggestion. And there's a lot of information to absorb, so if you don't like a lot of information being thrown at you, you might want to get the book. But the audiobook is pretty freaking awesome, especially with all the different voices and all the different conversations that he takes on and he talks about. I mean, we're going from Aristoteles to other different subjects to different books, and it's just a really cool book in general. I'm sorry. I'm just really fascinated by other artists and creatives like Dessa. Dessa's another book that I'm gonna have to do a whole different day on and a whole entire video on, just because it's a really amazing book. And I'm just gonna shut up right there. But it's kind of interesting how there's all these different books out there about art and creativity and music, and I've always discussed about how art and music, they kind of fall hand in hand, and it's kind of interesting to hear Quest talk about his experiences and the different things that he's seen over the years, whether it's been the Jimmy Fallon show or it's just been DJing at a party, and the different things that he's observed from different people. And it's kind of reassuring in a lot of a way, especially if you like music or you delve into a very weird hobby. It's just interesting, but it kind of got me thinking, what are some other books out there that you know of, or some really cool documentaries about different musicians? I would really love to know. It's probably something that I haven't done in a while. I was really obsessed with watching documentaries, and it's kind of funny how I've kind of dropped off the face with that, and I've just been really into horror and a lot of TV shows that are kind of mystery sci-fi. But let me know down in the comments below, what are some really cool documentaries that you've seen, if you haven't heard of any audiobooks or any books by certain artists. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys are doing awesome, and yeah, bye!
Whatever it is that you believe you're seeing, it's not real.
Seeing things before they happen. Things are not always what they seem in this place. So you can't take anything for granted.